Yo, what's up guys? It's Pygoz here, the Crypto Pie, and today's Friday, so we have another crypto market roundup where I go for Bitcoin and all the other altcoins in my watch list, right? So let's get started, guys. Basically, it's all a Binance, right? So Bitcoin here, all right? We're on the 6-hour chart, and well, what we can see is we made a higher low, right? And now we're going up. The MACD is still pointing upwards. That's good to see. We're in between the EMAs. I think the EMAs will soon point upwards, and that means that we can expect a target of about 6,600 at least, right? That we go back up to these ranges up here, because this will be just a W, right? Which will get us to about 6,600, guys. All right, so that's what I am expecting on Bitcoin. Let's move on, right? Let's move on one down. This is also Bitcoin. Now we have Ethereum. Well, Ethereum is a little weaker, but it's also showing some kind of W here. So you can expect here the same thing, which would get you to about 230 or so, $230. Right? Then we have ADA. Well, ADA was in this triangle and it broke down, right? But remember what I always say. This is only a diagonal line, right? So look at the horizontal lines. Okay, so where's the next support? This is at the 786, at the 1060, which would be around this area right here, right? So I'm just going to put this like, you know, there you go. That is where I'm willing, you know, to start buying a little bit. So, and I'm saying little bit because I'm, you know, definitely not sure, right? So yeah, this is definitely a buy zone, right, for me, based on this area and the 786, etc. So you know, this is one that I'll put on my red list. Then we have ADX. ADX is uptrending here, guys, which is looking good. So where am I interested in getting in on this, right? Well, it's let's just put a trend line like this. Okay, so there you go. So I'm interested when it gets close to that line, not right now. Okay, then we have ION. So ION is still just going flat, doing nothing much, but this is the time that you should be interested in these coins, guys, when it's doing like pretty much nothing, right? Let's look at the range. The range like 6% or something. That's not much for an altcoin. Okay, so when it's not really moving, this is when you should be interested. Okay, so where would you want to buy ION? Well, in these lower ranges, right? So 630 or so. That's where you should be interested. It could definitely go on for a few more days, weeks, whatever, but it will pop at some point. Okay. And we have Ambrosis, which is already uptrending here. So I already have my line here, right? It's obviously interesting when it gets to the 382 here. So, but this also means 382. I'm not too keen on that, right? I'm more keen on buying at 618. So, but yeah, that's Ambrosis for you. And we have Aaron here, Arn. So, well, where am I interested in buying this? Well, let's just first put a diagonal line here. So simple, right? Boom. Okay, so around there, you see how simple I do this, right? I'm not even stressing about like, do I have it perfect or anything. So, because it's only a diagonal line, right? I look more on the horizontal ones. So the 618 would be around your 80.65, okay? But this is definitely one that's uptrending as well. That's why I already have it on my red list, and I'm just patiently waiting for it to dump. AppCoin broke out of this triangle that it was in. Which was good to see, and it basically hit the target of 2090, right? And now it's going down again, well, as expected. Then we have BAT's also uptrending, which is nice to see as well. Where am I interested? Well, maybe, you know, in the 618, maybe a little lower than that actually, to you know, this old support basically, right? So I'm just going to put my buy zone here. There you go. That is my buy zone on BAT. That's definitely one I should watch. So yeah, if it gets anywhere close here, you know, it's worth to buy a little bit. And then, well, what would you target, right? Well, your first target would be around here, because this will be, you know, resistance So at 16% you take your first profit, and then you take some at the tops as well, right? So there you go. That's how simple I keep it, guys. So Bitcoin Cash is just pumping today, right? Well, so honestly, guys, this just showed you some bullish RSI divergence here, right? Also on the MACD. So this bullish divergence is a good sign, right? So so targets, very simple, guys, right? Because, and remember, guys, I still call Bitcoin Cash a shitcoin, but it doesn't matter. I don't trade it. I would still trade it, right? But I just missed this one, okay? That's fine. So where would targets be? Well, very simple. Your first target's already nearly met here, right? Up here, because you see some consolidation here, and then you have another target up here, right? So basically, your first one would be at 10%. Second one will be at 16, and then you have another one up here, right, at like 28. So that is basically your targets on Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash USD, Blue Cell. Alright, so Blue Cell also broke out of this triangle. It's definitely going right now, which is good to see. It's nice. So where am I interested in getting in on this? Let's just put my fib a little higher, right? So this one's tough, okay? So like, because I kind of want it to come back to the trend line, right? The overall trend line. Not earlier than that I'm interested, really. So this would not be your symmetrical triangle anymore. This would be more of a ascending triangle now, right? It's kind of how it is. So this one extends to about here. There you go, there's your ascending, right? So it can definitely bounce in here, but you see it's making high and low. So yeah, I'm interested in buying this when it gets to the low. So put that on my red list as well. So a lot of coins that you can put on your red list right now, guys, because a lot is doing stuff. Okay, so Binance is not doing much. Okay, this one's obviously very, very tight. So if you want to buy some Binance coin, well, where would you buy? Well, you know, around these lows, right? And remember, it's always a good thing to have some Binance coin because for trading fees, right? So it's not a bad time to buy some right now. Like you can see, it's not horrible. Okay, even if you zoom out, you know, it's definitely not horrible because this the tops. I mean, it could definitely fall to here. That'd be a, you know, a bargain. So BQX also uptrending. Well, you know, where would be interested in that? Well, you know, 618, a little lower than that actually. You know, around here 786. 786, a really interested area there. So yeah, just wait patiently on this one. Not one to worth putting on right now. Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin USD, BitShares. Okay, so BitShares looking very similar to Bitcoin Cash actually here, with some bullish RSI div also pumping right now. Yeah, so you know, then we have CyberMouse here, actually downtrending here. But where would I be interested? Well, you know, when it gets down here, so it definitely still has time. Not one I need to watch right now. Dash is consolidating here. Okay, at the 786. It's consolidating at the 786, guys. So if you played this for a bounce, you could have bought the 786 and sold the 65, right? For like a 7% gain. That is kind of what all you see here, and this is based on this support as well. So yeah, Dash is not one really to watch either yet. Dent, I don't like trading a shitcoin like that. It's not because of the fundamentals, but it's because of Satoshi value, right? So if you are interested in Dent, buy it around this 32, right? That's obvious to me. And after that, buy it around this 25. Okay, so but definitely at the moment, don't be interested. Okay, because you're making some kind of double top here. Doc, just wait for it to get back down here. Okay, very simple. Elf, you know, just it's pretty interesting here actually. If you want to buy in these lower zones, because this one's bound to make some run as well, right? So you know, you might need to wait a little bit, but hey, you know, it's definitely consolidating in the lows here. EOS fell down, so you need to wait here for sure. It's trying now again, you know, where it fell out of. So, but guys, remember what I say? Horizontal zones, right? So, what am I looking at the horizontal zones? Well, you know, it definitely is probably down here, right? So, or even 786. 786 looks very good here. So, you know, right around here is a great zone right here. It's a great zone to be looking at. So you definitely have some time. Not one you need to put on your red list right now. This one's still downtrending. Ethereum Classic, stay out, don't even touch. Ethereum, however, to Bitcoin is just going sideways. So it's, you know, if you want to pick some up, that's fine. Ethereum USD is going sideways. GTO, just in basically a channel here. You can buy the low end, sell the high end, right? So if you buy here and then you sell up here again, basically you have like a 10% range around that 15. That is kind of like the range you're in Gifto. So it is definitely one that's uptrending as well. Go is you know, way extended. You need to wait on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done. I'd say this is done. So now you expect a pullback to at least 618, probably 786, because you had some decent support here. So yeah, just wait here patiently. Alright, GVT, you can already see my zones. You know, this buy zone 618. 618 coincides definitely with all this price action, so this is definitely one you need to look at. And then you know, if it gets down to 786, but still far away from it. This is the 6 hour, guys, so it can still definitely take some time, so it's not on my red list just yet. GRS, Grustel coin, right? Well, this one, it simply needs to get down here, right? So it's just still going sideways. If you want to buy some of the sideways action, you can. Just don't buy it full yet, because if we drop down here, you want to be able to buy some more. Okay. HOT, the same thing as the other one, right? It's just a shitcoin because the Satoshi value. If you want to trade this, I would trade the Ethereum pair, simply because you can more easily get in and out. This is 17 right now, so where would I be interested? Well, around this 9 to 10, right? So not right here. It's that simple, because you can just get stuck too easy, right? Icon is getting very tight. Definitely need to put this on my red list. Okay, so if you want to try Icon, it might be time, you know, worth to buy a little bit and hope on this breakout, right? Because if this breaks out, guys, right, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. First target would be around 10%. Well, that's a very small target. I sell a little bit there. Then you have a 30% target, and after that, well, you know, then I mean, you know, we can go really high on Icon. So just definitely keep that one in mind. I might buy some Icon, guys, because this is worth it, right? We're getting to the apex point here. Even though I'm not huge on diagonal lines, when it's getting to an apex point, it's definitely interesting, right? So IOTA, IOTA is also at its bottom. IOTX, well, I already had a trade in there. Definitely a nice trade. So right now I'm looking at it to get back to this line, right? So it's that simple. I'm waiting for it patiently. It could pop up still, guys, to these sell areas here. I still have a little bit, but I'd rather have it come down here so I can buy more, right? Because this is definitely a trend line that's established here, right? For a little bit at least. And the bigger trend line's down here. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, right? Then we have key, self key. Okay, so self key is actually at a moment where you should be thinking of selling, and then where do you want to buy again? Around the 6.5 area, also the big trend line. So yeah, just wait patiently on that one. Kyber network, same thing here. You need to wait patiently. It's not the time to buy right now. Chainlink broke out here off the channel it was in. which also I had as a 3. Look at this, guys. I had this as my 3 before, so it's looking pretty good, right? This was your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, this is your 4. 4 is coming down here again, right? Basically, right? So, and then, well, then you're gonna have your 5. My 5 is up here, right? Which for your bigger 3, right? And then your bigger 4. So, yeah, I'm interested in this one when it gets to the 4. Okay, so I'm red listing that one. Then we have Loom. So Loom is also interesting here, right? Because we're at the line here, the diagonal line. But keep in mind, I'm more of the horizontal ones, so I'd much rather wait for the 618. Okay, because this diagonal line coincides with like between the 382 and the 0.5. I'm not a huge fan of that, so it's not one that is prioritized for me to buy at all. Okay, where do I rather want to buy is around here. Okay, so this is very simple, guys. Right, this is more of my buy area than where we are right now. Okay, so then we have Lisk. Lisk is basically double bottoming here, and after that, I mean, you know, it needs that pop, but if it gets that pop, your first target is here, then you have one up here. So I just don't like Lisk too much because it doesn't give you huge percentages, right? It's pretty low for an altcoin. Okay, so Litecoin here, double bottom here, and then, I mean, after that, you know, it's starting to pump, so maybe your targets are up here, but once again, guys, very low targets on Litecoin, right? 7, and this would be 19, but that would take a long time. Okay, Litecoin USD, well, same thing, right? So Mana was in a nice ascending triangle, and it broke out, so your next target's up here, like I, you know, put a red line here. So from here your target is still 18% higher. Yeah, since it broke out for now, right? It can definitely come back in, you know, but for now it broke out. So we'll see if on the pullback it holds up here. Okay, so let me put it on my red list as well. If it holds here, I might buy some for a play up here, like right in this area, right? So then you have MDA. Okay, so MDA is definitely interesting here because it's at the 618. However, why I'm not really that interested in it is because there was no price action previous here, right? I mean, only if you go very far back. But what I think is that it can definitely fall down and hit the 786 because there was previous action here, right? So yeah, I'm more interested in it when it gets to 786. And after that, well, you know, and then it needs to get all the way down here. So because it definitely had a huge pump, right? So if it comes here, that's way more interested for me than where it is right now. So it's not on my red list right now. MFT. So I should actually put my fib down here. Right, MFT is at the top. You don't want to be a buyer right now. You want to wait. And then where do you want to be a buyer? Well, that's very simple, right? You want to be a buyer around here. So yeah, you just want to wait patiently for now. You know, that's why it's not on my red list just yet either. MTH is definitely in some kind of a rising wedge, right? So you could have bought these points. I think I bought some here. Yeah, I actually bought some here because I saw this rising wedge, and I sold, like, you know, at these tops, right? I always assume a lower high, like I say, guys. So then I just sell around here, right? Which it went a little higher, but whatever, right? You just take your profit what you can get. So would I buy this again? No, because it's rising wedge, which rising wedges have the tendency of breaking down, right? So where are you interested in buying then? Well, let's take a fib, right? So swing low, swing high. Where are we interested in buying? Around the 618, also a lot of support here. So, you know, I'm just going to put myself a green buy zone here, right? So I know where I'm interested without even doing too much research. So then with MTL, you guys know I'm already in. I'm in my green zone. I have a little bit in here. I definitely have more placed here, more buyout orders down here. Hopefully it still comes down here. If not, oh well. Because this one's consolidating. After that, this is a big play, right? 130%. Well, this is the whole you know it. I have a separate video on MTL, so it's definitely one I'm looking at. Okay. So Nano is, well, it broke out a little bit, but why I'm not too interested in this one yet? Because if we take our fib, swing low, swing high, this was the 618. That's why it probably broke out. But I mean, is that too much support here? No, not yet. The 786 definitely has more, right? So I'm more interested when it gets down here, guys. Right? So this is more my buy zone than where we are right now. Okay, so I think this can definitely break down still further. NEF coin, we are in some kind of almost a ascending triangle, almost. I say almost because it's more of a symmetrical still. But this is definitely an interesting one when it gets down to the lower points, right? So not right now. That's why it's not on my red list. Ncash is just consolidating. Nothing much. I mean, if you want to buy in the lower ends. Neblio, well, you know, it's way up there. I'll wait patiently for it to come down here. Because I mean, if I put a fib on here, right? Well, 786, right? 786. So actually around this area is a pretty good zone. Just under the 786 actually, right? In between 786 and 886, because you got previous support there. So yeah, definitely not yet. Far from it, right? Neo is just going sideways here, guys. Definitely interesting to look at. But then again, if you look at Neo and you look at Icon, the Icon's more interesting, right? Because it's at apex point. Neo is not at apex point yet. So yeah, and this one's definitely not as nice here because it made lower low. Well, the same lows, but not higher lows. So yeah, you know, Neo USD. Then we got NXS. All right, NXS is still in the downtrend here. It tried to get up here, but I think it's still in the downtrend, so I'm not interested in this one. OMG is basically just going sideways here. Where do you want to buy? If you want to be a buyer, well, in these lower zones, right? Lower zones, you can pick some up. Ontology. Okay, so Ontology, guys, where would be your support? Well, your support is all the way down here. I mean, and it's still downtrending, so it's not one I want to pick up. 786 probably will get some kind of bounce because it had a tiny bounce here. So if you want to play that, you can. It's not one I am looking too much into right now. Pivax is one that's showing me an uptrend as well. So definitely, if it gets down here, I will look at it. But like I said, guys, that's a long way still. This is the 6 hour, so it's not on my on my red list right now, right? So POE. Same thing here, you know, it needs to come down here, so we can also throw a fib on here, see where it's interested for the horizontal zones, and that's also the 618. Okay, so I'm just going to put myself a buy zone around here. So all these buy zones, guys, that's just potential, right? Obviously I cannot be in all the coins, so I just you know, I just pick a few that are in the buy zones and I buy some, and that's it, right? I don't think about it twice, right? My buy zone's there for a reason. So there we go with Power Ledger. So it's very close to that because we're making higher lows here, which is good to see. Let's see if it's a horizontal level as well. So we swing low, swing high, right? Yeah, definitely 618. So yeah, when it gets down here, it could be a good buy area. Also based on previous price action here, it's definitely showing you, right? In between 618, 65, you can definitely see it's a good buy zone. So yeah, it's definitely decent to buy when it plops back down here. This is one that's worth to put on my red list. And then we have QSP. QSP needs to get down to this line here, and then it's interesting, right? 0.5. I'd rather have the 618, so I do think it will get downtrending here. Maybe it can hold, right? Maybe. But recent price action is more here than it was down, and then it was up here, right? So potential buying area is still around 618, 65, right? So around there. Then we have QTEM. QTEM needs to get down here. If we take a swing low, swing high here as well. There we go. Right. So 61865. it's the same thing here. It's over and over again the same song, guys. You just do the same thing. So you're waiting for this to come down here, and then you can play it, right? RLC already went. Even though my buy was more around here, it was definitely a good play. Whoever played this, guys, easy play. I basically went to the 618, right? Bounced off it, and then you could have bought down up there. Well, and then you had a very easy target of just these tops, right? So yeah, that play already went. Now I'd say wait. Okay, don't buy anything. Raven bounced from the 0.5 here, which also like kind of like this previous support. Not too much. Kind of made a new support here, but based on the 0.5 fib, purely based on the fib and this EMA here, is why it bounced. Okay, nothing about price action at all. That's why I say always look at the fibs, guys. Alright, basically purely on the 0.5 fib, and it's bouncing, right? So you have a nice gain here already, whoever bought this. Okay, so yeah, nice job. My buy zone, you can see, was around here, and then my second one is definitely my bigger buy is around here, so it never hit that. Alright, so salt needs to get down here for me in order to be interested, which would also coincide to around the 618. So yeah, definitely waiting for that. A better buy zone, however, would be obviously around here, right, at the 886. So yeah, that is kind of a better buy zone there. Sky fell out, so it's bearish. So where are you wanting to buy? Well, if it gets all the way to the low, so it's definitely one that you want to watch, right? This one did its 5 waves, so 5 waves are done. Definitely want to wait for it to come back down to 618 and also the trend line. So not one that is needed to be listed now anymore in the red list. Stratis, because that will take a while, right? So Stratis, this one's interesting actually, guys, because you have some kind of ascending triangle going on here, right? Forming at least. This one will still take a while before it's done forming, but so far so good, right? So far so good, guys. Okay, so there's your ascending triangle. You want to buy either support or a breakout. I'd much rather buy support, so if it gets down to support again, I'm very interested, right? Right now, I don't have it on my red list for a reason, because it's very, very, very far away from it, right? This 6 hour can still take quite some days before it's finally here. Then we have substratum. Substratum is, you know, just on the bottom. So if you want to buy the bottom zone, that's fine with me. It's definitely bottoming out, right, since August. So if you want to buy the bottom zone, that's fine. TNT, same thing here as another coin. I also played this one, also rising wedge. So you see my buying area here. This were bought, and I sold just like in, you know, at basically the tops, not these tops. These tops, I mean, you cannot predict this. So right, definitely sold like just at these, basically the top of the candles, right? So but it's also rising wedge, so I expect it to fall down. So I need to take my swing low from down here, right? And my swing high is obviously still just up here. So right up here. So where am I interested? Well, the 618, right? So I can definitely put myself a buy zone here. Right, there you go. There's the buy zone on TNT. Then we have TRX. TRX broke down here. It definitely not looking too good for TRX right now. So swing low. Oh, I don't have my fib. Sorry about that. So swing low, swing high. Right, where's your interesting zone here? Well, based on this as well, you have some support 618, 65, right? You definitely have some interest right down here. So it's not there yet, not worth putting on. FIBE also broke down. So many broke down, guys. That means that you need to wait here. Your first buy could be down here, but I honestly would want to wait all the way for it to go down there again. So it's not one I want to trade at all. VeChain, same thing, downtrending. You would want to wait all the way till it's at the bottom. Wabi, or if it shows you some kind of, you know, trend reversal. Wabi is uptrending here, so we can put a simple trend line here. right around here. And then you know, I see that it went down here, but that's fine. So let's put my fib all the way from the bottom here, because this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a very truncated 5. Who knows, right? But anyways, I'm more interested when it gets down to the trend line. So not one I want to watch right now. One chain, however, broke out of this symmetrical triangle, and now it's trying to find support on it. It's kind of one that, you know, red list, because if it can hold here, it can definitely go, right? So because this is a big apex point. So yeah, it's one I would want to watch. Then we have waves. It broke down. So where are you interested? Well, all the way at the bottom. So it broke down, not interested anymore, right? It's that simple. Walton chain also broke out of a symmetrical triangle here. So can it find support here when it goes down? Who knows, right? We'll have to see. Not one I would want to trade too much though at the moment. But it's still worth putting on my red list, guys, because it did break out of a, well, somewhat significant symmetrical triangle here, right? So then we Bitcoin Euro, Bitcoin USD, Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens broke down, guys. It's at the 618 though. So where am I interested in Stellar Lumens? Well, honestly, guys, it needs to get back down to these basically this whole area here, right? Basically 886. Okay, so it needs to get all the way down here. It's that simple, guys. So I'm not interested right now. Monero definitely needs to get down here as well. I'm not interested up here. Ripple, okay, so Ripple's just going sideways. It could pop anytime, but it's just, is that worth your swing? I mean, it's 22%. It's not too bad actually. So if you want to buy some Ripple at like the lows here, that's fine. Ripple dollar. Then we have Verge. Verge, it simply needs to, you know, go lower a little bit and get to my buy zones around here, right? So just under the 6.5, honestly. All right, so that's kind of what I'm looking at on Verge. It's not worth putting on the red list right now. ZAC is just going sideways. So if you want to buy some in the lower ranges, right? If you want to buy some around 7,100, that's fine. Zilliqa did break out as well, so another one of a symmetrical triangle. It needs to find support, and then it could definitely pop, right? So yeah. ZRX, okay, so if it gets back down here on the trend line, then it's interesting, right? And who knows after that, right? After that, well, what you do have established here is not that nice, because it's kind of like a broadening wedge, which means it falls down, right? That's a bearish sign, so that's not too good. But anyways, if you want to buy on the support, that's fine with me. And then look, well, don't aim for like the crazy broadening wedge here, but just aim for like these tops, right? So very simple, you buy around here and you sell already at 12%. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking at. Okay, so guys, that's it. That's a wrap, right? That's the crypto market roundup for it. All right, guys, so also I have a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Pygoz. You can check which tier fits you and become a patron if you want, right? If you want to support me, you can go ahead and do that, right? I have 2 patrons, and I'm very thankful, and they can always PM me on both Telegram and Discord, and of course they can PM me on patreon.com as well, right? And ask for the benefits, because you know, I still owe you guys 5 chart analysis, right, for the month. So if you want to do that, you know, go right ahead. If not, oh well, you know, it's up to you. But you know, at least you still have that, right? It's for the month, so every month you have it. If you are a silver Pi, and a golden Pi has a one-on-one call, right? Bronze Pi, however, just has exclusive Patreon videos and access to the Patreon feed, right? Also, guys, join up with the CryptoPies blog, where you can ask me any question, you can ask other people questions, and it's just a great chat box to be in, right? Let's see what's going on here. So we have a self-key chart here, exactly. Wait for it to come down here, and then you can play it. Nice chart here, lovely done. Then what else do we have here? A bunch of memes. Bitcoin shorts fall in, fall in, fall in. Bitcoin longs going up. Yeah, it's kind of how it is right now. Then we have a symmetrical triangle here for Binance Coin. Yeah, definitely. So if you want to, that's why if you want to buy, in this lower zone, it's definitely not a bad idea. That is it, right? And this is also Binance, another symmetrical triangle. So yeah, guys, that's that. Join up with that. Also join up with the CryptoPies feed where I post all my videos, post about upcoming ICOs. But at the moment, don't expect any ICOs from me because, well, simply said, right? Both Ethereum and NEO are still very low priced, and that means your ICO needs to do very well, right? In order to outperform that. But what I do look for in ICO is a strong team. I look for low token metrics or low market cap so it's easy to flip. And of course, I look for infrastructure projects such as blockchains and protocols because they simply outperform all the other categories out there, right? Also, guys, follow me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/Pygoz, and follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Pygoz. Both telegrams will be in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that post notification button, and if you've got any questions at all, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.